Let's be real for a second. Something is seriously broken in how men date today. You can scroll through Instagram, TikTok, or Tinder for 5 minutes, and you'll see it guys everywhere, quietly checking out of the relationship game. Not because they hate women, but because they've done the math, and it doesn't add up anymore. You ever notice how many good men you know? Decent, hardworking, funny, stable, are completely alone. Not for a few months, for years. They're not out there chasing hookups or drama. They're just done. And everyone keeps asking, where did all the good men go? Well, they didn't vanish. They withdrew. On purpose. Because somewhere along the way, dating turned into a job interview where men show up with resumes and women show up with demands. Swipe culture killed connection. Social media turned love into a PR campaign. And modern relationships, they feel like contracts written by a lawyer who hates both parties. So before anyone calls this toxic or bitter, let's talk about the truth nobody wants to say out loud. That being single isn't men giving up. It's them choosing sanity over chaos. And once you see the world through that lens, you'll understand exactly why so many guys are walking away. Not from love, but from a system that stopped loving them back. Imagine this. You're walking into a casino. But before you play, the dealer says this. Here's the deal, you're betting your savings, your peace, your mental health. And if you lose, we take half your future too. Would you sit down at that table? Of course not. No sane person would. Yet that's exactly how modern dating feels for a lot of men. It's not that guys are afraid of love. They're afraid of losing everything for it. Ask any divorced man. Half his income gone, his house gone, his kids sometimes gone too. And what does society tell him? Man up. Try again. Not all women are like that. Sure, but how many rounds of emotional Russian roulette do you expect men to play before they stop pulling the trigger? I talked to a guy last month, early 30s. Smart. Built his own business from scratch. He told me, dating feels like buying a house that can legally evict me whenever it wants and still send me the mortgage bill. That line stuck with me. Line stuck. Because that's the exact psychology of men today. They've watched their fathers lose in courtrooms. Their friends get destroyed by false accusations. Their co-workers walk on eggshells just to say hello to someone at the office. It's not fear. It's risk management. When the cost of being wrong is your freedom, your money, your reputation, staying single doesn't look like failure. It looks like common sense. And here's the thing, nobody says out loud. Most men still want love. They just don't trust the system that's supposed to protect it anymore. Because when commitment starts to look like a liability instead of a dream, you stop chasing the jackpot. You start guarding your wallet. And maybe, just maybe you realize peace of mind is the real win. So, men stopped gambling with love, not because they hate the game, but because the rules stopped making sense. And one of those rules, you're expected to meet standards that no one on earth can meet. I'm not talking about preferences. Everyone's allowed to have a type. I'm talking about delusion disguised as self-worth. You've seen it. A girl working part-time at Starbucks wants a guy who makes 6 figures, owns a home, drives something German, and somehow has the time to text her good morning every day. All while she's splitting rent with 3 roommates and surviving on iced coffee and manifestation quotes. It's like trying to buy a mansion with Monopoly money. I met a guy recently. 6'1", solid career, emotionally stable, genuinely good man. He showed me his Tinder messages. Every profile said the same thing. Must be over 6 feet, must travel often, must have ambition. He laughed and said, "Man, I'm not dating a woman anymore. I'm applying for a corporate position called boyfriend." Wow, that line hit me, because that's exactly what dating feels like now. A hiring process where women bring expectations, not effort. And when the pool of men who meet those demands is the top 5%, Guess what? They're not waiting in line to be chosen. They're already booked. Meanwhile, the rest of the guys get labeled as not enough. Here's the uncomfortable truth. When everyone wants the top shelf, most bottles stay untouched. Modern dating sold women a fantasy that they deserve the best just for existing. But in real life, value isn't declared. It's demonstrated. Men aren't blind. They see it. They're not angry. They're exhausted. Because when being average means being invisible, and being successful still isn't enough. Eventually, they stop showing up. Not out of bitterness, out of logic. Because nobody wants to keep auditioning for a role that was never open to begin with. So let's say a man does make it through the filters. He's tall enough, makes good money, emotionally aware. He checks every box. You'd think he'd finally be appreciated. Right. Wrong. Because now we've entered the era of the bare minimum. A man can work 60 hours a week, pay the bills, fix what's broken, remember birthdays, plan dates, stay loyal, and the response. That's what you're supposed to do. No gratitude, no warmth, just entitlement wrapped in empowerment quotes. I talked to a buddy of mine, married 5 years. He told me, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but somehow it's never enough. That's the quiet pain most men won't talk about. Not rejection, not loneliness. It's being unseen while giving everything. Our grandfathers didn't live like this. They provided, yes, but they were respected for it. Their wives didn't treat partnership like a scoreboard. There was gratitude on both sides. Now, you have to be a millionaire just to get a thank you. Open any social platform. Search men are trash. Millions of results. Now, search women are trash. Deleted. Reported. Same message. Different rules. We've normalized mocking men for effort, for trying, for caring, for failing once and learning from it. And then we wonder why men go quiet. They're not weak. They're tired of being shamed for existing. The irony. The same women demanding kings have forgotten how to be queens. Respect has become one-sided. Appreciation has turned conditional. And relationships have become performance reviews where only one person gets the promotion. Men didn't stop loving women. They stopped volunteering for jobs where their best work earns nothing but criticism. And when effort stops being valued, the smart ones stop offering it. You want to know what really broke dating? The internet didn't just connect people, it infected them. Social media turned relationships into a performance. It's not about connection anymore. It's about perception. You see it every day. Couples don't go out to enjoy dinner. They go out to document dinner. The food gets more attention than the person across the table. I knew a guy, great dude. Solid income, kind heart. He took a girl to a nice rooftop restaurant in LA. She spent the entire night filming cocktails, posing for photos, tagging the bar. Not once did she tag him. When the bill came, she smiled and said, "This was boring." He paid $150 to be a background extra in her Instagram story. And the next day, she posted a meme, "Men don't know how to date anymore." That's the delusion loop we're stuck in. But it's not just about vanity. It's about power. Women can say, "I want a tall guy, rich guy, funny guy." Everyone cheers. Know your worth. Queen, but let a man say, "I prefer fit women." And suddenly he's a monster. He's shallow, toxic, fat-phobic. Same standards, different reactions. We've built a culture where women's preferences are empowerment, but men's preferences are oppression. And when you silence one side long enough, they stop speaking. Then you call their silence weakness. That's not equality. That's hypocrisy with good PR. You can't shame men for having boundaries, then cry that no one approaches you. You can't laugh at men are trash memes, then ask where all the good men went. They didn't vanish. They logged off. Because the moment love became a marketing campaign, the genuine ones stopped subscribing. Here's where it gets darker. Social media didn't just change how people date. It rewired how they see themselves. Every woman with a decent selfie and ring light thinks she's in the top 1%. Every guy with an average job is invisible. It's digital Darwinism. The loudest survive, not the best. I met a woman once, early 30s. Pretty, smart, had potential, but she had a standard spreadsheet. I'm not kidding. Height, income, travel history, education, car brand, all color-coded like a corporate KPI report. She said, "I know what I deserve." I asked, "Based on what, your LinkedIn profile or your horoscope?" She laughed, but 2 years later, she's still single, still editing that list like it's a startup pitch deck. That's the trap. Modern dating created an illusion of infinite options. But infinite choice doesn't make people happier. It makes them paralyzed. Women get hundreds of matches. They feel like celebrities. Men get a handful and feel invisible. But here's the catch. Most of those matches aren't real interest. They're boredom swipes, validation hits, little dopamine shots that feel like love but vanish by morning. So now you have 28-year-old women saying no man is good enough. Then 35-year-old women whispering, "Where did all the good men go?" Time didn't steal them. Reality did. Because while they were filtering for perfection, the good men were building peace. They stopped auditioning for people who think they're directors. The truth. You can't demand a king while acting like the court jester. You can't spend your 20s chasing excitement, then expect stability on clearance at 35. Men have learned this pattern. They've seen how the movie ends, and they're no longer buying tickets. Let's talk about dating apps. The digital jungle where everyone thinks they're royalty. These apps were supposed to make love easier. Instead, they made people disposable. Swipe left, swipe right. You're not meeting humans anymore. You're browsing avatars. And here's the problem. The numbers lie. A woman might get 500 matches in a week. She thinks, "I've got options." But 90% of those guys swiped right on everyone. They're not choosing her. They're casting a net. Meanwhile, the men who swipe carefully, the ones who actually want connection, get lost in a sea of filtered selfies and travel quotes. I know a guy who deleted Tinder after 3 months. He told me, "It's like trying to win a lottery where the prize is someone who thinks she's too good for you." That's brutal. But it's honest. Dating apps gave average women the illusion of celebrity, and average men the reality of invisibility. It's emotional inflation when everyone's special. Nobody really is. And the worst part, that validation becomes addictive. Why settle for one person when 500 strangers tell you you're beautiful every day? But here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Most of those compliments come from men who don't care. They just want attention back. No effort, no depth, no future. So what happens? Men stop trying, women start complaining, and both sides blame each other while the algorithm laughs. Because the apps don't want you to find love. They want you to keep scrolling. They profit off loneliness. Love used to be about chemistry. Now it's about engagement metrics. So if dating feels like a rigged game, that's because it is, and the only winning move might be to stop playing. So now men are off the apps. You'd think they'd go back to meeting women in real life. Right? Not so fast. Because modern society made talking to a woman feel like walking through a minefield. Say hi at work, HR email, smile at the gym creepy, start a conversation at coffee shop harassment, text her twice obsessive. Don't text emotionally unavailable. It's a lose-lose game. I know a guy, works in tech, quiet dude, great manners. He once complimented a coworker's presentation, literally said, "You did a great job up there." Next day, he got called into HR for making her uncomfortable. No joke. After that, he decided dating wasn't worth losing his job. And honestly, can you blame him? You can't punish men for showing interest, then cry that no one approaches you. You can't label every interaction problematic, then wonder where all the confident men went. Fear changed the dating landscape. Not fear of rejection, fear of repercussion. Now guys, rehearse every word before speaking. They censor themselves mid-sentence. They analyze body language like it's a bomb defusal manual. That's not attraction. That's anxiety. We've built a culture where men are told, be assertive, but punished the moment they try. And women say they want confidence, but destroy it when they see it in the wild. So men adapt. They stay quiet. They work. They hang with friends. They stop chasing what keeps punishing them. And then, society points at them again. See, men don't know how to approach women anymore. No, they just learned the cost of trying. When being kind can ruin your career, and a compliment can ruin your name. Silence stops feeling like cowardice. It starts feeling like survival. So after all that, here's the final twist. Men aren't crazy for walking away. They're logical. Because the modern dating market is one big contradiction. Women are told they're perfect, just as they are. Never settle. You're the prize. Meanwhile, men are told they're broken. Do better. Be more. Earn more. It's like one side's running a victory lap, while the other's still getting yelled at for not training hard enough. A woman can say, I want a man 6 feet tall, makes 6 figures. Applause. You go, girl. A man says, I prefer women who take care of themselves. Boom. He's shallow, sexist, fat-phobic. Same concept, different judgment. That's the hypocrisy men see every single day. And the more they see it, the less they care to participate. I saw a study once women rated 80% of men as below average. 80%. That's not math. That's delusion. How can everyone be below average? It's like grading on a curve where only fantasy men pass. But reality always shows up eventually. You can't build relationships on hashtags and buzzwords. You can't scream equality while enforcing rules that only apply one way. And you can't keep telling men they're the problem, then wonder why they've stopped showing up. Consequences don't care about feelings. They just arrive quietly, consistently, brutally. Now, those too good for everyone. Women are hitting 40, scrolling through their phones, asking where the good men went. Here's the answer. They didn't disappear. They just learned they didn't have to play a game rigged against them. That's not bitterness. That's balance. When respect becomes one-sided, nature restores equilibrium. And this, right here, is the backlash nobody saw coming. So here we are, the modern dating world full of noise, filters, and frustration. Everyone's talking. No one's listening. Men are tired of defending their worth. Women are tired of chasing an illusion. And the truth sitting in the middle, no one's really happy. I talk to men all the time, good, decent men. They're not angry. They're not bitter. They're just done. Done explaining. Done proving. Done fighting for a version of love that punishes them for showing up. You know what they've learned, peace beats validation. Every time. Because peace doesn't gaslight you. It doesn't drain your wallet. It doesn't argue with you over tone. It's quiet. It's honest. It lets you breathe. Men have started choosing that peace. They work out. They build. They save money. They hang with friends who don't need constant emotional labor. And guess what? They're happier. Meanwhile, a lot of women are realizing too late that I don't need a man isn't empowerment. It's isolation in disguise. They believe they could always come back to love when they're ready. But by the time they turn around, the door's already closed. Not out of revenge, out of reality. Because every year that passes, options shift. Men gain value through growth. Women lose leverage through time. It's not cruel, it's nature. So what now? For men, keep building. Choose peace over pressure. Be the man your future self would thank you for being. For women, trade entitlement for empathy. Look for partnership, not sponsorship. And for everyone, stop treating love like a transaction. Because if you want something real, you can't keep playing fake. Reality doesn't care about hashtags. It only rewards what's genuine. And when the noise finally fades, peace, not love, will be the thing that saves you. Thank you for watching. If this message hit you, don't just scroll away. Subscribe, dive deeper into our content, and start building the mindset that puts you back in control. Drop a comment below. What's the biggest struggle you want us to break down next? Let's build a brotherhood of men who rise above confusion and reclaim their power. See you in the next video.